6 playoffs have arrived. Coming up in this episode of Rewind, we'll see how JP8 Super 16 picks held up to the bold light of day. Gonna recap of all the scores from Period 5 and give you the final regular season standings for each division. All that plus the top 10 plays. This is your Captain Broba speaking. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt and make sure your seat back and folding trays are in their full upright position. Here we go. Welcome to this special mini rewind, everything you always wanted to know about the playoffs edition. By the end of this feature, I guarantee you'll be as much of an expert on all things playoffs as yours truly. Strap in, here we go. Rocket Hockey League's playoff format is an advancing 3-tier double elimination style event where all matches are best of 5, including the Grand Championship match and any bracket reset match as necessary. Each tier consists of 7 teams, and unlike traditional double elimination events, Tiers 1 and 2 are not played out to their full conclusion. Instead, the top 3 teams from Tier 1 advance to play in Tier 2, where once again the top 3 from Tier 2 will advance to the Grand Finals in Tier 3. The playoffs will be streamed on the RHL Twitch channel at twitch.com/Rocket Hockey League starting at 2 p.m. Eastern each day. Tier 1 takes place Saturday, October 24th at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time and consists of the top 4 teams from the Challengers Division and the bottom 3 teams from the Contenders Division. As with all tiers, the Divisional champion gets a first-round bye in Tier 1, that's the Challengers winner. Both upper bracket semifinalists and the team that wins the lower bracket will advance to Tier 2. In Tier 2 on Saturday, November 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 3 teams advancing from Tier 1 join the top 3 Contenders Division regular season teams and the bottom team from the Champions Division. The Contenders team that wins that division gets the coveted first-round bye. Advancing from Tier 2 into the Grand Finals, Tier 3 once again are both semifinal teams and the team that claws its way out of the lower bracket. Every match of the Tier 3 Grand Finals will be streamed over the course of our 2-day extravaganza to crown the Season 6 Grand Champions on Saturday and Sunday, November 21st and 22nd. Awaiting the 3 teams advancing from Tier 2 are the top 4 regular season's Champions Division clubs, with YEP already securing their top seed and that first-round bye. Unlike Tier 1 and Tier 2, Tier 3 will be played to completion over the course of the 2 days, and at the finish line, we'll find out which team will rise above all the others to claim the glory, the Season 7 auto bid to bypass play-ins, and the lion's share of our prize pool. We await the playoffs quivering in anticipation. Tune in to twitch.tv/Rocket Hockey League and check out the RHL Discord for updates and more information. And that's it. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're an expert, Harry. A strong showing for Alpine Glacier, YEP, and Art Cult FC as all picked up a pair of Champions Division wins in our final period. Vanilla Almond Milk suffered roster issues and disbanded for the season with the finish line in sight, while both the Angels and Girls struggled with neither team capturing a match win. BALM's DNF redistributed a pair of earlier wins into forfeit losses, and while the final win-loss records were slightly affected, the overall final rankings were not. YEP locked up the top spot in Period 4, and with another pair of victories closed out Season 6 at 9 wins and 1 loss. Pine and Art Cult tied at 6 up and 4 down, and Alpine takes second place via tiebreakers. Girls with Toots held on to the 4th and final spot in Tier 3, while the Angels Get Stitches dropped to 5th and will begin the playoffs in Tier 2. Moving to the Contenders Division, Janity Evolution once again with a perfect 2-0, while this period Pinch Whiffers dropped both matches to close out Period 5 0-2. As has become a common sight, the rest of the division won some and lost some, as all went 1-1. That secures the top spot in the first round bye in Tier 2 for Janity, while House of Rumble best fellow 6-4 Top Shelf in the average points differential tiebreak by a mere 1/3 of a goal per game to take second place, as both complete the Tier 2 bracket. The Flying Monkeys in a perfectly balanced 5-5 join Pinch Whiffers and Mother Puckers in Tier 1, and you'll see these avionic anthropoids coming up in our first match of the playoffs opening stream. Weekend Skates troubles continued this period, leading to another pair of forfeit losses, which combined with the forfeits generated by Lizzo FC's dissolution, left us with just a pair of matches in the Challengers Division. Heartbroken took care of their business and beat Reflex 3-2, but How About came up short as REP took them down 3-1. That HA loss left them 1 win shy of forcing a tiebreak with divisional winners Heartbroken, who captured the first round bye. Brick Squad and Reflex take the final 2 playoff spots, providing the mercy kill on We Can't Skate, who missed the playoffs and are done for the season. Hey Families viewers, did you know that you can find past episodes of Rewind and lots more? Search Rocket Hockey League on YouTube for tons of fun videos. Forfeits by We Can't Skate and Vanilla Almond Milk wreaked a bit of havoc with JP's picks. 3 of the 4 forfeits he had picked to be victories, unfortunately, and ultimately of the 16 matches, JP notched wins in 9 of them. For the season, our prognosticator has 23 hits and 17 misses, still hanging tough with a success rate of 57.5%. Looking at how the results affected JP's predictions for final ranking and seeding, Champions Division, those VALM forfeits shook things up just a bit, although he had still projected the Milksters would be out of Tier 3. The biggest shift resulted in Art Cult jumping up to 3rd position and into Tier 3, sending the Angels into Tier 2. The stalwart Contenders Division has been the most stable of all season long, and in Period 5 they held true to form. JP almost nailed it with only Janity and HOR swapping spots once the real-world results are compared to his divination. The forfeit beast reared up again in the Challengers Division, however, where We Can't Skate fell out of the playoffs, elevating Reflex into the 4th and final position. Not that Reflex didn't contribute to the reshuffling all on their own, as their win over How About allowed Heartbroken to capture the top spot and the first round bye. This time around, JP Infinity has foretold the winners in Tier 1. Starting at the top, Match A features Challengers number 2, How About, versus Contenders number 6, Motherfuckers. These teams met in placements, with MP winning 2-0, and while HA placed in the Challengers and MP the Contenders, JP believes that HA's strong 8-2 divisional record outshines MP's 2-8. Our Sage sees How About pulling off this interesting rematch. Our first stream match of Tier 1 features the Flying Monkeys, who finished 4th in the Contenders Division against Reflex, the number 4 from the Challengers. This is the first meeting of these squads in Season 6, and both teams went 5-5 in their respective divisions. JP sees TFM pulling out this victory due to their roster, which has more RHL experience, including the mid-season pickup of former RHL Grand Champion Skyfall. Match C brings another placements rematch in the Pinch Whiffers, who finished 5th in the Contenders Division, versus the Challengers number 3, Brick Squad. PW powered past the Bricks in placements 2-1, and this time JP gives the nod to the team from the lower division, banking on their ability to squeak out a close one. Look for Brick Squad to win a nail-biter and avenge their placement defeat. In Match D, we finally get a look at Challengers Divisional winners Heartbroken as they face off against a familiar foe in How About. These teams went 9-1 and 8-2 respectively, with How About's only 2 losses coming at the hands of Heartbroken. JP sees history repeating itself and predicts Heartbroken will advance. Our next match sees the Flying Monkeys versus Brick Squad. Again, these teams met in placements, with TFM taking the win 2-0. Both teams were 5-5 in their respective divisions, but for many of the same reasons that JP picked TFM in round 1, he sees their overall experience and pedigree winning out again here. Look for these Simians to sail into the final round. The upper bracket semifinals, our last round of upper bracket play with both teams advancing, would see Heartbroken versus the Flying Monkeys. TFM took their previous meeting in the placements, winning 2-0. Despite that, JP believes in love and predicts that Heartbroken will capture this victory in the higher seed in Tier 2. That's it for the meat and potatoes. Time for that sweet, sweet dessert. Enjoy our latest top 10, and thanks for watching. I'm Broba, and this is Rewind.